All right, hello again, everybody. Welcome back to our third rendition here of the Ultimate Fitness Club. So today we're going to be doing things a little bit different. I'm not going to run through a specific workout today, so today is more about covering basic concepts that I think are important for implementing daily fitness, and a lot of it has to do with goal setting. So I'm going to be doing a lot of talking today. I'm going to try my best to explain it as clearly as possible. And overlay, I'm going to try and have an overlay of me demonstrating some of the tips that I talked about here. So the point of today is to make success easier, and that is to do with goal setting and daily fitness. So why I say make success easier is goal setting is a tool and a skill that you can use to make it easier for yourself to succeed. So what today is all about is how can you do a lot of little things to make it easier for you to do better in your life? So, of course, if you have a few questions about goal setting, so we're going to answer some of those. So first off is why set goals. So I have 4 reasons here. And the first one here being your goals will dictate your intent. Now, I've talked about this before, and I've talked about how it's important to have an intent, to have an aim to what you're doing. If you have a large-scale goal, you will have something to work towards, and your intent will change based on what your goal is. The second point I have here is you cannot hit a target you do not aim at. And I really want to emphasize that because I've heard similar quotes like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, which is a very good quote, but at the same time, you cannot hit a target you're not aiming at. So you need something to aim at in order to hit your target. The third reason that you should set goals is it facilitates or makes it easier to gain responsibility and accountability. Now, these are 2 other skills, and I've highlighted them in orange here because I really want to emphasize those points. Is that personal responsibility and personal accountability for, in this context, daily fitness is a very important skill to have and something very important for you to develop as you grow older. And again, my 4th point here is kind of reiteration of the first point, but having a goal in mind gives you something to work towards. So if you have a clear idea of what it is you want to do and a clear idea of where you want to be in a certain time frame from now, say 30 days, you will have something to keep you motivated to keep going, and you can have real tangible progress appear in front of your very eyes. So again, this is just why we should set goals, and so we're going to get deeper into that later. I guess I should cover that too. What is a goal? So the dictionary definition of a goal is the object of a person's ambition or effort or an aim or desired result. And so when we're talking about in the context of fitness, that's really what it is. It's you have an aim and you have a desired result, whether that be I want to be able to do 100 push-ups in a row, or for fitness you say I want to be able to run a 5K. You need an aim and you need a desired result to work towards. So this is where we're going to get into how to set goals. So the formula that I'm going to cover today is called SMART goals. Now I'm sure some of you might have heard of this by now. It's a pretty big thing, and now they're good for certain scenarios and they're not as good for other scenarios. But today I'm going to teach you how to set SMART goals, just for a starting place to get a foot up on the competition here. So what SMART goals is an acronym for these 5 letters. So the S stands for specific. Now, your goals need to be specific and they need to be simple. So I have here KISS, keep it simple, silly. And that's just emphasizing that your goal doesn't need to be complicated. You can have a very simple goal and the means by which you get there can be more complex. But by having a simple goal in mind, you have that one idea that you need to achieve, it'll be easier for you to achieve that goal. And one thing I have here is just the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, why. We will cover that later, but that is a very important thing to keep in mind when you're setting specific goals, is to have those 5 W's in mind, so you can answer the questions that you might have about your own goals. The second point here in the SMART goals is it needs to be measurable. So I have here written in orange, how will I know when I've accomplished my goal? So what you need to be doing with your goal setting is you need to set a goal that is measurable by your own standards. So if you say, I want to be able to do 100 push-ups in a row, that's measurable. I know I can do 100 push-ups. Whereas if I say, I want to look better, that's not really all that measurable, objectively speaking. Now you can say, I think I look better, but you can't really measure how much better you look, if that makes sense. So really what it is making it easier for you to understand how much you need to do to move forward. The third point here in SMART goals is it needs to be achievable. So what you need to do is be realistic with yourself while pushing yourself. And a lot of this is making sure that while you are pushing your limits, you are not setting unrealistic goals for yourself that you will not be able to achieve. Because if you set an unrealistic goal, then you're going to end up feeling discouraged and unmotivated because you're not reaching that goal. So it's okay to start small. It's okay to be specific. It's okay to say, I want to do 10 push-ups every day, or I want to run for 5 minutes a day. And oftentimes it's easier to start small and say, I want to start doing this, because the hardest part is the first 2 minutes. If you can focus on putting on your shoes and getting out the door, then you have no choice but to succeed. So again, this is going back to how to make success easier for yourself. So again, be realistic, all the while you need to be pushing your limits. The fourth point here in SMART goals is relevant. So is this worth my time? Again, this needs to be something that's relevant to you and relevant to your life. And so, yeah. And the fifth point here is time-based. So when and how long until success? It's very important that your goals have a restriction of time. So by giving yourself a date by which to achieve your goal, you will have, like I said, something to work towards in a period of time. And that will motivate you to, within that period of time, not think about how painful it is or how hard it is, but you're going to climb that mountain as fast as you can in that time. And by the time you get to the top, you'll forget about how much it sucked. And here I just have a couple tips in general about goal setting. So at the bottom here, I have write your goals down. Right here, I have the quote. So it says, people who are vividly describe or picture their goals are anywhere from 1.2 to 1.4 times more likely to successfully accomplish their goals. Now, this is something that I've had to do in my own life. I've had goals where I've said, I want to get in better shape, I want to lose weight, but it wasn't specific. And I didn't write them down. It was something that I just kind of had in the back of my head and I would think about. And it was very easy to get unmotivated and lose track of that. So recently what I've had to do is actually write my goals down, and it's made it a lot easier for me to remind myself that this is something I need to be doing. And by visualizing that as something tangible in front of you in words, it does something to your brain, it does something to your cognition where it makes it more real to you. And along with that is that your language matters. I was always told as a kid, I was born in a very Christian household, is that your words hold the power of life and death. Now, I believe this to be true because if you're out here saying, I would like to lose weight, you would like to, I'm sure a lot of people would like to, but you're not going to. If you change your language and you change your narrative to, I will lose weight, that will keep you motivated and that will keep you going. So here on the second page, we're just going to do a bit of an example. So this is the process of goal setting. And this is the process that I've been doing in my own life the past few days. So my idea here is I want to lose weight and be in better shape. That's a good general goal, but again, it needs to be specific. So step one needs to be it needs to be specific, and we need to simplify our goal. So like I said earlier, the 5 W's. Who is doing this? It's me, Jude. What am I going to be doing? Now I set a goal for myself of 100 burpees a day. Can I do this? I can do it anywhere. When can I do it? Every day. And why am I doing it? To improve my fitness. So again, this goes back to making sure that you have a larger goal in mind, but you need to have a specific goal for your day-to-day life in order to improve. For the second point here, measurable. Again, for me, this is very measurable. It's 100 burpees per day. And I know for 30 days. So I'm going to do this for 30 days, and by the end, I'll have done 3,000 burpees. Now, again, I want to emphasize how important it is for it to be measurable, because I've spent too long in my own life trying to set fitness goals and say, I want to get in good shape, I want to do this, I want to do that, but not giving myself a frame of reference for how to achieve those goals and how will I know when I've achieved those goals. So that is a really big thing, and it's made a big difference in my own goal setting, my own life. The third point here, again, achievable, like we said earlier. Is it realistic for me? And that is a big thing, is while you want to push yourself to be better, it needs to be within the realm of possibility for you to reach out and grab it yourself. Along with that, I would like to emphasize the point that how can I make it easier to succeed? Is it realistic? But how can I make it more realistic for me to be better at succeeding at this one thing. So for me, 100 burpees a day. Now you can do 100 in a row. That's exhausting. It's time consuming. It's very difficult, and you have a possibility of injuring yourself. Now, a lot of that comes along with just physical fitness in general, and you have to take steps to prevent injuries and things like that. But I can make it easier for myself to succeed by doing 10 burpees every hour. Now, 10 burpees at a time is hard, yeah, but I mean, it takes a minute or two every hour, and it's easier than doing 100 in a row. By the time you've done 100 in a row, you're exhausted, you're sore, you don't really want to do anything. If I do 10 every hour, really all it does is it wakes me up for the next hour, so I don't feel tired. And again, that's just something that I can do for myself to make it easier to succeed. Number 4, relevant. Is this in line with my bigger idea and intent? Yes, it is. Burpees are incredible exercises, and they're a full body workout that will get you in incredible shape. And is this worthwhile and effective? I think so. And so the 5th one, again, time bound. And this is I highlighted this in orange here because I really want to emphasize this, is that every goal needs a target date. Your goals need target dates. So for me, 100 burpees a day for 30 days. If I know that I have 30 days, if I get 10 days in, I have 20 days left. I know that no matter what, I'm going to reach the climax of what I am doing. And if I get there, the payoff will be much better than if I just say, I want to get in better shape. So really make sure that you have an achievable target date for yourself where you want to see improvement by. And when you get to that date, then you can look back and look at when you started and realize how much better you've become. And so here I just really want to emphasize some extra tips. A big one is set yourself up for success. Now, no matter what your goals are, no matter what you're doing, say you want to be better at getting to school on time and doing better in school. What you can do is pack your lunch the night before. You want to get better at going to the gym, have a gym bag ready to go at the door. Make it easier for yourself to succeed. Have things in place like your gym bag by the door or your lunch ready in the refrigerator for when you wake up in the morning, so you don't have to worry about those little things. Because a lot of the times, the little things are what will distract people from the bigger idea of what they need to do. And yeah, another one here was a big one for me is make homework more accessible than TV. If you can get rid of distractions, or at least organize yourself in a way that distractions are less distracting, you will find it easier for yourself to focus on other things. So for me, that was plugging my phone in across the room when I'm doing my homework. So I'll put my phone on silent, I'll plug it in across the room, and I'll sit down and I'll do my homework. That way I'm not distracted and tempted to look at my phone if I hear it buzz or something. If I just leave it on Do Not Disturb on the other side of the room, I'm not going to look at it for an hour. Another thing, create a daily schedule to follow with daily goals. So this is more small scale goals, and so I think it's important that everyone has a goal in mind for their day. When you wake up, you need to have something that you want to achieve by the end of the day. And that can be anything. It can be, I want to drink 3 liters of water today. I want to be a kinder person today. I want to improve on myself from yesterday. And I think that's an important skill for everyone to realize that it is achievable. And that really leads me to my next point, is that ounces make pounds. Ounces make pounds. What that means is that the little things matter and they will add up. I'm going to cover this later because I have a chart here, but we'll get into that in a second. Again, ounces make pounds, little things. You can choose water instead of pop. Do exercises on a commercial break. Let's say you're watching a show, commercial break, you can do 5 push-ups, easy. There's nothing stopping you from getting after that. Another small thing, go to bed 5 minutes early. Turn off your phone, read a book, lay down, relax, do some breathing exercises, do something. A lot of people tend to think that improving requires a lot of suffering, and it will, but you can do a lot of small things, and those small things will add up to bigger things, always. Lots and lots of small things will equal a bigger thing. That's what I have here, is that small things are easier. Lots of small things will stack up to something bigger and better. And that's something I had to realize for myself, is that I was spending my time worried about doing the bigger thing and saying, I have to go to the gym for 2 hours tonight and work my butt off as hard as I can. Whereas now I'm approaching it as, if I spread my workout through the day, and I still get some good workouts in at the end of the day. I can do an hour. If I work out throughout the day, I'm still getting those exercise and those repetitions in, but I'm still able to go about my day and do everything else I need to do, because I've been very busy lately, and so a lot of what this has been coming from is me having to work things into my schedule so that I can make it easier for myself to succeed. And now, this is probably the most important thing in this whole little presentation that I'm giving today, is the power of tiny gains. Now, I've kind of alluded to this before. But basically where this comes from is there was a British bicycling coach named David Brailsford, and he worked with the British bicycling team. And now I'm not going to go into the whole story. You can look into it after if you'd like. But basically what it boiled down to is if you can make yourself 1% better every day, mathematically, you will be 37.78 times better by the end of the year. Now, 1% isn't a lot. It can be as simple as saying, I'm not going to eat junk food today, or I'm going to do 10 more repetitions than I did yesterday, or I'm going to be faster than yesterday, or I'm going to do better on my homework, a little bit better than yesterday. 1% every day will build up to improvement. If you go down 1% every day, by the end of the year, you've not improved at all, and you're probably worse off than when you started. And so I do have a little visual graphic here showing just if you do 1% every day, that will add up to great success as opposed to not doing better at all. You're worse off than when you started. So it's very important to me that I hope that you guys understand that these small things will add up to make a big difference. And whether it's a small negative thing or a small positive thing, they will start to add up. So you need to make sure that if you have 5 spare minutes, find a way to improve yourself. Find a way to do something better today. If you wake up in the morning and you feel tired, it's okay. Find something better to do and motivate yourself to be better every single day. And I promise you will see change. So that is pretty much all I have for you guys today. We're not going to do a workout like I said. I'm going to include in clips of just myself throughout the day doing little things that I can fit in, right? If I'm on my lunch break, I can pump out a quick 20 push-ups and do 15 burpees or whatever. I can drink more water. I can eat healthier. I can do little things throughout my day. And I've said this again and again throughout this whole presentation, but that is really what I want you guys to take from today, is that you need to set yourself up for success and make it easier for yourself to succeed. Do the little things, prepare in advance, and yeah. So I hope you guys all learned something today, and I hope that you take something very positive from this. And yeah, I hope to see you guys succeed. So we'll see you guys next week for this. We'll probably go back to doing another workout next week. And if I don't see you around the club, then I'll see you there. All right, thanks guys. All right guys, so just before we finish up for today, there's one more thing that I want you guys to do for the week. So this is gonna be your homework, and I know you guys probably have some kind of aversion to homework, but you guys gotta do something. So what I want you guys to do at home is set up a SMART goal. Now I've showed you the process and I've showed you kind of what to do. And I'm sure if you're confused, you can look up more on the internet, or you can get your parents to help you at home. But set one SMART goal for the week. And by the end of the week, see how much you've improved. And if you see us here at the club, come tell us about your goal, or send something in and ask your parents if you can send an email to the club or anything. Because we'd love to hear your feedback and your responses, and I'd love to see you guys improve. So again, I really want to issue that challenge to you guys, is that set a goal for this week. At the end of the week, look back and see how much you've improved. And now it will take a while for big changes to happen, but in a 1 week time, you can improve yourself, like I said, 1% every day. That's 7% by the end of the week. So yeah, my challenge to you this week is set a SMART goal and see how you do. All right.